tea and crumpets by our side, because today we'll be delving into a bunch of topics because we can. With an American.
Hello, it's me, the American. So before we get this started, let me make a tweet so people actually see this.
You should have done that before we even started, you fucking idiot.
Well, I have to copy the link from the stream. But I can explain what we're doing. So it's called the hat game. We don't really have a hat, but whatever. I have a bunch of topics in my hand. I'm going to shake them around, and then I'm going to pick one. Whatever I pull out of my hand is what we talk about. We have a few conversations, topics. I would tell you about them, but you'll figure out. Tweet. Okay, I did it. Neat. Okay, so let's start this. I'm shaking them.
You're shitting?
No, I'm shaking them.
Oh, I heard I'm shitting.
And then, okay, I got one. It is. Give me a second to unfold this little. Aha, what we were literally just talking about right before the stream. Creation of the universe / theories. Disclaimer, we're not biased, and we're not going to insult religion, correct, Sam, unless it's for comedic purposes, but even at that, we're not serious about any jokes we make. I don't have problems with Christians or Jews or whatever religion you believe is none of my business, and you can do whatever you want. Alright. So, to start this off, how about we talk about some of the different theories of the creation of the universe?
Alright, I'm going to kick it off with one I very much support, because I didn't even explain that one to you fully earlier. So, one of them is, right, one of the theories I support is very much that, how do I explain it? Let me turn my game down real quick. So, I've looked at like videos and shit, and I'm fully on board with it now. Because as time progresses, right? Like atoms decay and everything just goes, and it's reduced to nothing, right? With dark matter and random atoms zooming about. Even though black holes are gone, they've even killed each other off, and then the last one went extinct, of course. And then it's reduced back to the state where the Big Bang happened. So I'm thinking, right, that time progresses and progresses, and you're back to this Big Bang, and then another Big Bang happens, and everything restarts. Now, the part I don't understand, right, is what they claim is that everything happens again. So you live the exact same life, the exact same way, forever.
So basically,
I understand that.
So basically,
like if the Big Bang happened at, I don't know, I'm gonna go with like basic map coordinates now, like 3348, right, in the universe. What if this now happens at, I don't know, 1112.23? Like, what if it happens in a completely different place?
So basically what you're saying is that there's an infinity of the universe, and it's technically reincarnation, and but you like reincarnate into yourself over and over and over, and it's just this infinite timeline of the same timeline happening forever, because the universe is created, it decays, and then it creates again.
I think it's the same timeline. I think that yes, you'll be kind of like reincarnated as yourself, but I think you'll live like a slightly different life.
Because, like, you weren't made to make whatever choice you made when you did something, and depending on your thought process then versus when you actually did it, what would happen could change.
Sounds like what I'm saying, yeah.
That's interesting. So, We have a viewer. So, something I find interesting. I don't believe in reincarnation, but I do find it interesting because it's kind of like a really spiritual take on the universe and how it works. Because you know, like everyone has this energy, and that's very real. We all have energy, whether it's what someone else takes their perspective on it and what another person takes their perspective on it. No matter what, we all have some sort of energy. For me, being atoms, you know, that's a form of energy that creates up our very living. But in reincarnation, it's like we all have this spiritual energy, and when we die, it moves on into something else. But I just wanna have a take on this, right? So, let's say a wolf and a wolf have a child, and it's born. Are you saying that my energy basically, like, takes control of this wolf, kicks out their spiritual energy so they die, and then I become the wolf? Because I'm just saying, that's like my opinion on reincarnation is like, you know, you basically kick other things out of their body to have it for yourself.
Yes, I know, you basically just steal them.
Okay, so how has something about the creation of the universe affected you personally? Whether it was like, you know, someone's beliefs, your beliefs, how has it had an effect on your life?
Well, I mean, my girlfriend's Christian, so that's got to be something. Now, the thing is, I'm not Christian myself. And I don't have any intention of being one. However, I am promising to go to church for it. I think she's sending me out a Bible or something like that soon.
Is your girlfriend Christian?
Yes, that's exactly what I said, dipshit. You can tell why I'm not Christian.
Oh yeah, if you watch our streams either on here or on Twitch, you can tell Sam is very not Christian. Let's see, how does it affect my life? Well, I've always been very, well, not always, I'm not very conflicted about it now, but for a very long time I was conflicted and confused about the creation of the universe, because growing up I was always told different things. I didn't grow up in like a Christian area or anything, because I grew up in like I grew up with like a bunch of Mexican kids. I was like one of the 5 white kids at my school, and so let
me guess, you were from like Texas or somewhere?
No, Arizona. But yeah,
pretty close.
I mean, not really. Texas is Midwestern and Arizona's West, but sure.
I'm just bullying you.
So I didn't grow up in a very Christian area until I moved in with my dad. I moved in with him, I think, twice or 3 times while growing up. And in Oregon, where I was growing up, there was a lot more Christian people than I had previously known. And so, you know, in Arizona, I was just told that the universe was great. It was whatever. In Oregon, I was told that God made it. And then, I moved in with my Nana, and my cousin and my aunt live there, and they don't believe in, they're not Christian, and so, you know, I was then told a different thing, and then my mom wanted to be Jewish, so that was a different thing. So for a while, I was like, man, I don't even know how the universe was created, but I'm here, and that's cool. But then, you know,
you're here, and you're also queer.
Just a little bit.
You're here and queer, George.
But now, you know, I believe in the Big Bang, you know, 2 planets, boom, universe was created, and then as for the creation of humans, I believe in evolution.
As a sane person would.
Well, I don't think people who are religious are insane. I think, it's like a comfort system, you know? Because when you're stressed out, what do you do, personally, when you're stressed out and you're having a hard time?
Me?
Yeah.
When I'm stressed out, depends what I'm stressed out with. I'm stressed out with a game, I'll usually take 5, yes, 5. And I'll just take 5 and go on my phone or something. I'm stressed out with like life in general, I'll game.
I mean like real stress, like, you know, you're missing 5 assignments, you have a big test coming up as well, you're struggling.
No, excuse me, I was quite a nerd, so I was always on top of that shit.
I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, what would you do if some sort of really stressful situation came up? How would you take care of that?
I wouldn't, George.
Well, you know, Christian people and religious people have the ability to just pray to God that everything will be okay. Which I think is...
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah.
Honestly, I pray to God sometimes as well, so, like... I do it in a way that's, like, offensive yet not offensive. Because I kind of swear.
I have prayed once, and it was the time that I was...
I'm like, oh, please, Jesus, please do not let him be up tomorrow.
I prayed once, and it was when someone told me I was going to hell for not believing God, and so I prayed, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you're real, but if you are, don't send me to hell, man.
I want to be good. Now, I saw an episode of Family Guy once that even if you don't believe in God, you'd be alright, and yes, Family Guy.
I like Family Guy episodes with like death and God. They're so funny.
What, with Family Guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, no. Rick and Morty's going down that trail now. I mean, they just had Rick kill a god in one of the new seasons.
Yeah, but I don't think they're really going for like a supreme God, like, you know, a Christian God. There's God and then there's Jesus,
yeah,
and
that would offend people.
That's the end of it. I think they're going for like they're attacking all sorts of religions.
Yeah, they're taking the South Park approach. The only people that are saved are people who are, what are they called?
I don't remember
atheist. Not atheist. What is it when you don't believe in God?
Atheist.
I thought atheist was you believe in one. Was it? No, that's monotheist, isn't it? It's monogram. Yeah, monotheist. Yeah. Yeah, people who are safe watching South Park are atheist, white Americans.
I think they're attacking all sorts of religions and stuff, and like gods, because I don't remember the name of the god that he killed in Rick and Morty, but it was 100% a riff off Zeus from Greek mythology.
Okay, completely off topic, right, but I just shit myself.
Yeah?
Somebody sent me a message, right, I looked at my phone and it says, somebody sent me a video of you in the shower. I don't know who, but they did it, so sort yourself out. I shit myself, but no, she sent me a video of a rat taking a bath.
Oh yeah, it's like a TikTok trend or something.
Yeah, I shit myself.
Okay, so shall we move on to another topic?
Yes.
Alright, we have short attention spans, so for people who think we're gonna have hour-long discussions about one topic, you're very wrong, and you should leave, because that's not how this is gonna play out. Alright. I have a topic. It is different cultures. I'll start this off by asking you, what is a culture that you find interesting?
I find it interesting, right, how in all renditions of culture, there's a dragon, some sort of dragon in all of them.
Huh. Wow. You just blew my mind.
Which leads me to believe that there must have been some sort of dragon-esque creature.
Or everyone was insane.
I don't think that. I mean, cultures that had no contact with other people and like the outside world at that point.
Well, that's not true.
Some sort of recording of a dragon.
You know, because dragons were made to believe in medieval times. And medieval times were... I don't have my phone open on Google right now, so can you go ahead and search that for me? What year was medieval times believed to be stationed in?
1300s.
1300s, okay. So, 1300s, it's not like other places didn't have contact with other places. Like, I'm sure, you know, Europe had an idea that there were other people in Europe. And 1300s, damn. Okay, actually, I can't talk too much on this because as much of a fan as I am of medieval times, I don't know a lot about it. I do know that medieval times is possibly just a hoax. Like not like it didn't exist or anything, but a lot of it was, you know, not historically accurate.
Oh, basically it's like a bunch of bullshit.
No, not all of it, you know, like there were castles, obviously, and there were swords, but, you know, some of the things that are made out from medieval times are possibly not true. Like, oh, you know what I do find interesting, though?
For a while, it's just like... some sort of things did exist in shit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they were just, like, not as accurate. Like... I don't know.
You know something I find very interesting, though? Is you have to wonder how strong almost any man, I don't know if there are female soldiers in like actual medieval times, because, you know, that's when women were supposed to stay in and cook. There was medieval soldiers in Sparta. Wow, oh my god, Sam, Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not making a sexist comment, I'm making a genuine societal comment. For some reason, right, men still haven't gotten to the point of evolution where they're like, oh my god, we're the same. And they, for some reason, I've seen statistics, particularly black men, I'm not making an attack, I'm just saying, statistically, for some reason, black couples are more likely to have the female stay indoors and do cleaning and stuff while the man goes out to work. And I find it strange how we've just not evolved to the point where we realise that we're the same yet.
I mean, I personally don't see a difference between men and women besides, you know, sex organs and how they work and the functions of them, but...
I mean, like, obviously there's a fucking difference. Like,
besides...
one done unless you're really fat.
Yeah, besides that, that's like, there's no differences, you know? Like, our bodies are different, but that's it.
I know, it's like genuine differences, but like, people are people.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see, I don't know, what do you not see? You don't really see ducks fight each other being like, oh my god.
I'm a white duck,
you must be different.
I'm a white duck, and you're a brown duck. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Exactly. Saying that, some ducks might do that. The ducks we had 2 white, 2 brown. They don't do that.
Anyway, what I was saying was, imagine how, strong men were in medieval times, because swords even now, are really,
so
really heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really hard to swing. They're made out of like pure iron.
Yeah, and like people just swung them around. So I'm like thinking.
I know, it was so fast with them. You'd have to be an absolute unit to do that.
I'm just thinking like how. What like. Obviously, so take away military's guns and like all their nukes and heavy warfare. Give them just swords. I want to see a battle between military or current military with swords and medieval with swords. That's what I want to see.
As long as it's not like Japanese, because they've just got it in their blood at this point. Plus, Japanese like katanas, they were really light actually.
They're still pretty heavy, but they're a lot lighter than other swords.
The traditional European weapons, like the long sword, the great sword, what's Scots weapon? Scots weapon, claymore, Irish weapon, the mace was traditionally Irish.
People.
Like a mace, oh my god, a mace, right, was basically just like a flimsy little oak stick with a giant spiky ball on the end.
Actually, something interesting that I read about once was, the belief that great swords were not used to fight and were used as decoration. Because great swords...
What swords?
Great swords, you know?
Really?
Because think about, like, just the weight of a normal sword. And, like, how people then had to use two hands to swing it. And they always, like... In shows and movies, of course, this is what I'm basing my knowledge on, but some shows and movies do try to get it as historically accurate as possible. They always swing downward and not upward. Because, you know, if you try to swing a heavy sword up, it's not going to do much damage. But if you lift a heavy sword to your shoulder and lunge it down at someone, you're going to mess them up. And so...
It's basically just gravity does all the work.
Yeah, and so, like, imagine trying to use a greatsword, which is, like, great and big. I just don't... They don't think it was humanly possible, to do it. And if it was, then, oh my god. Why did humans evolve from then? Why couldn't they just stay there? Why couldn't they just give up trying to evolve? Taking a backtrack to Japanese culture. I like Japanese culture a lot, and not just because, you know, I'm a weeb and I like anime. I just find it really fascinating. I also find, Asian culture, Asian history in general, fascinating, like Mongol history, when, I forgot his name, but some king, or, you know, ruler, almost ruled the entirety of, Europe.
Yeah, that nearly happened twice, you know, some really old guy and then Hitler.
Yeah, but like, it's just like, it's so impressive to think about how this one dude with this one giant army took like 3/4 of Russia and almost the rest of Europe. And then it's
Russia is just massive. Russia statistically is impossible to invade, but it's so easy to steal land from because the population is so sparsely populated that they wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, I don't think...
You could literally clip 20 miles off Russia and it wouldn't even go down by 1%.
A lot of land in Russia is like non-occupied because think about how much Russia would have to populate just to fill out the rest of their frickin' huge country.
And this is why we all need to move to Russia, have some sex, drop the babies off, and fuck off.
I mean, are you allies with Russia? Because we're not.
No, they're fucking weird.
Putin is...
I mean, Putin, he's an arsehole. I love you, Putin. Please don't, like, bomb me. But he's made himself governor or like wherever it is, like I don't know. I actually know what it is. Like just Russian president, right?
You know, something I said that was actually pretty funny the other day.
It's like a really long time. He's made it so like if he dies, no one else can take his place for another like 50 years, something like that.
My mom was telling me about how America and Russia are allies, but we basically have a truce, and we tell Russia what to do, and they don't ever listen and still do really dumb, terrible things. And so I was like, so basically, America babysits Russia, but Russia doesn't listen. And that's basically how that goes.
Huh. So basically, Russia is just a big dumb state.
Basically, yeah. Okay, so I have to leave in 20 minutes. So, oh wait. We didn't talk about how different cultures affected us personally.
Well, I think just the fact that I'm British and that culture has affected me.
That's your culture, so that's not a different culture from your culture. It's a different culture from my culture, but from your perspective, it's just your culture.
Yes.
Like I was saying, I grew up with Mexicans in a very Mexican populated area. Even my sister is Mexican. And so for a long time, I grew up eating just like Mexican food and Mexican candy. And I saw people celebrate Mexican traditions, and I listened to a lot of Mexican music. I will tell you that Mexican food is so good. Some of their candy is really good too. They have like these suckers. They have like these mango suckers that are covered in chili pepper, and it's so good.
I think I had that one.
Yeah.
You see, when I say I love Mexican, I mainly mean like their traditional dishes, like I don't know.
You like tacos and burritos, you dumb.
Pardon?
I said you like don't make it sound fancy. You like tacos and burritos, you dumb.
I've never actually had a burrito, but like tacos and fajitas.
I love all sorts of Mexican food. There was this corn guy who ended up getting stabbed. But when I was a kid, there was this corn I grew up in a really awful place. There was this corn guy who would like walk around towns and cities or whatever, and he would give out corn. And so you know, it was like not just corn, it was like corn on a stick, and he put lemon and Parmesan powder on it, and like hot sauce and chili powder, and dude, you've just had nothing better than that buttery, savory, spicy, delicious corn. We could try to pull off one more topic. We have 15 more minutes, so we can at least begin another topic, and then just continue.
I can reckon pulling one off.
Shake. Oh. I think I know which one this is. Supernatural. I did not know what that is. Supernatural. So, you know.
I'm guessing that just means like
anything, you know.
Ghosts, schools.
Yeah. You know, ghosts, schools, demons. You know, all sorts of stuff.
God. Oh God, the link in that creation.
Everything links together. Everything is infinite. This is the universe.
That's basically what we said at the beginning, George.
So what do you think about ghosts and stuff? Do you believe them? Do you not believe them? Why do
I'm
you?
gonna
Why
do and
don't
don't
you?
because I don't because I've never came into contact with anything supernatural myself. Yeah, I do because I've seen like some really convincing videos, mind you, of people that have came into contact with it.
I believe I've come into contact with supernatural. It's not like I strongly believe this and like it's something that changed my life. It's just something that I think was really weird. One time when I was at my friend's house, we had a Ouija board and we used it at night. And so, we used it and then there was knocking on the door and, we answered it and no one was there. And that happened 3 times before we just stopped answering it. And we thought it was just like someone messing with us, like his mom, or maybe his sister. But then, you know, we continued to use the Ouija board, and the bathroom light and the bedroom light and the 2 other bathroom lights. So basically all the lights in the room we were in, because the bedroom and the bathroom were like connected and there was no in between. There was no doors or walls. It was all just like kind of one big room. All the lights blew up and shattered.
That faulty American wiring for you. Switch to British.
And then also another time when I was using a Ouija board, I was at my friend's house and it was 4 in the morning and we thought it'd be so hilarious to go out to his shed where like someone died, I guess, and use a Ouija board. And we went out there and, you know, we were sitting there and nothing was happening. I wasn't moving it and he wasn't moving it, and we just wanted the thing to move. It never ended up moving, but some weird stuff happened. Like we kept hearing noises outside in the woods, and the lights started flickering, and you know, just weird stuff that could have just been, you know, the crappy America or supernatural. I don't know. Either way, pretty creepy stuff.
But I say that, don't forget you live in America, you know, the one place where every predator in the world exists.
Except Australia.
No, Australia's the other place.
Well, yeah, but like...
The spiders aren't really a predator, they're just annoying.
Yeah, but they have all sorts of weird snakes and spiders and stuff. There's some weird stuff in Australia. Ooh, you want to hear about something really interesting, though?
Shoot.
This isn't based off personal experience. This is just a tale from a movie that exists. So, there's this movie called, like, Anthem or something. I don't know. I watched it. And it's called the most cursed movie in existence, like, in the world, whatever. And the reason for this being is when it came out and it was shown in theaters, the theater blew up in flames. And the weirdest part about it is they said that there's no underground to the theater. There's no like boiler room or anything like that. But they say the fire, from the way they like examined it, investigated it, it looked like it came up from the seats and like below them and went upward. And then some like weird stuff started showing up in the film, like weird messages and like weird disturbing scenes that they didn't put in the movie. And so they stopped showing it, and they just didn't show it anymore until a few years later. I think it was 10. And they were showing it at this like movie critic thing where a bunch of movie critics sat down and watched a movie and critiqued it. And so they watched it, and this lady who didn't like it went to a coffee shop and then just randomly had a seizure. And she wasn't like old.
So like, you didn't like my movie?
she wasn't like old or epileptic or anything. She just had a seizure. And so yeah, that's something weird. Yeah, and so it was really weird. And there's
Did she die from the seizure, or did she recover?
No, she died. She did. She collapsed in a coffee shop, had a seizure, and then just died.
Sucks, isn't it?
Yeah. Imagine just watching like some not even good horror movie, because I watched it because my friend was like, "Oh, there's this cursed film on Amazon Prime for free," and it's like it warns you before you watch it, and it's all like, "Don't watch this. We're not we're like Anthem or something. I don't know. If you go on to Amazon Prime and just look up most cursed movie, it should show up.
If not, I'll ask you. I'll need to spell it out for me because your mic's not very good.
Yeah, I know. And so I watched it, you know, and before the movie even started, it's like, you can't sue us if you die. That's basically what the warning said. It was literally like, a lot of people have died watching this movie, blah, blah, blah. If you watch this, take your own risks. If you die, don't sue us. You can't. You agreed.
Oh my god, you know Rosie?
Yeah?
Loves horror movies to bits.
It's an old movie, so you know, it's not like incredibly terrifying. It's just not bad. It's about this little boy, little girl, and their dog dies, and so they have to dig like to the 7 levels of hell so they can go get their dog. And like,
oh, that's quite wholesome though.
Oh no, it's not. It's like, it's a really weird and creepy movie, and it's all about like the devil, and there's some weird upsetting stuff that happens. It's not a bad movie, it's just old, so you know, it wasn't great, but I liked it. It's not like
old and confusing, is it?
Yeah, it's not like a scary movie, you know, there's no like jump scares, and the plot is weird as it is, because you know, your dog dies and your dog went to hell for some reason, and so you go down to hell and you get your dog's soul. So no, just a weird movie that I watched, and I'm not dead, so that's cool.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping for the same thing. Anyway, it is 1:54, so I have to go. This has been fun as always. We both actually like doing just chats. We're not sure why. It's just playing video games is like work, and you have to focus. When talking is just, we just talk, and it's easy, and it's funny sometimes. So anyway, this has been, I guess, George and Sam. I'm in charge of the outro now, I suppose. With just chatting on YouTube, you can go to Twitch at QuikGamez to see all of our other stuff, which we are much more popular at. We will do another just chatting in the future. If you would like, please go to our Twitter and scroll down until you see a tweet talking about us doing just chatting and dropping topics in the comments. If you could drop a topic in the comment, that'd be wonderful, because, you know, we don't know good topics, and we would talk about anything you guys really want us to, you know. You basically control us. Whatever you guys want, we basically deliver. Anyway, like I said, this has been George and Sam with the Just Chatting on YouTube. Please like and subscribe, I post, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.